Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Hunter Career Mode here on FC24. It's the season finale of the season in Italy, where we have only a couple of games left to go with a couple of trophies left to try and win. We are more than likely, in fact, we are not going to win the Coppa Italia. We're not going to win Serie A. That's pretty much kind of confirmed there. We can only get 9 points, and we are 9 points off of them, so we would need Inter to lose every single game we play them. So I guess it is technically possible, but it's not really possible because we would also have to come over pretty much a 20 goal difference there as well. So we will not win the league with Inter Milan or with Atalanta. We knew it was always going to be tough coming into the team, especially I specifically aim for Atalanta because they finished in that Europa League spot. So there is that. We are in the Coppa Italia final where we will be taking on AC Milan. So we won't walk out of Italy as a complete failure, hopefully. At least we have the chance to not walk out of Italy as a complete failure if we go ahead and beat AC Milan in the Coppa Italia final. We are also in the Europa League semifinals where we kicked off last episode. We ended last episode with the first leg there in which we lost 3-2, scoring that second goal, literally the last kick of the game, to give us that bit more hope in the second leg going into it. So the objective today is to play the Europa League game. If we fail to win that, we will end the episode against AC Milan in the Coppa Italia. If we do go ahead and come back and reach the final, we'll play that game. We'll play AC Milan in the Coppa Italia, and then we'll play the Europa League final probably a week later. That is the objective there. I don't really care about the league. We can't even win it anymore there. So we are going to focus on the things that we can win, which is the Europa League and the Coppa Italia. So go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And this is your starting 11 to go into the game. Let's get to it. Can we stop Heung-min Son? Can we stop Pedro Porto? Can we get past Romario? All questions need to be answered, and all questions need to be yes here against Tottenham at the Stadio Classico. Palacios. Can we get off to a bright start? Palacios, Vitor will level things up here and take the lead early. 5 minutes in. Welcome to Italy, Tottenham. The bottle jobs are bottling again. It's 1-0 on the day. It's 3-3 on aggregate. And we are pretty much back to 0-0. Pretty much back to the first kick of the game in that first leg. All to play for once again. And it's going to be DePaul to try and get past every single defender. They quite literally, we scored that first goal. They went down the field, stormed down the field, and scored the third to give them that 2-goal lead back. We took it back down to 1 quickly. And now we are looking to take the lead on aggregate again. It's Vitor the youngster, who will take the lead. He will double his goal tally. We're only 10 minutes into the game. And Tottenham have bottled it hard. It's 4-3 on aggregate for Atalanta. And Tottenham now sees themselves down behind for once for the first time in this fixture. They've held the lead the entirety of the time for the first 90 minutes. And after 100 minutes of playing this fixture, we have the lead on aggregate. And Son, they're going to try and do it again. Almada, no. Can we hit them on the counter of the counter? Diallo, Vitor, who's on a hat-trick already. Vitor, he could get a hat-trick in the first 15 minutes of the game. Vitor! Vicario shuts that down. Nearly a 15-minute hat-trick for Vitor, the youngster that has been with me every single season. We're still looking for that third. We're still there at the doorstep. Diallo! Saved by Vicario again. Teta down to Diallo. Now into Reyna. That's a brilliant ball out wide to Diallo. Diallo cuts back, cross into the box, back post. That's a terrible cross. That was a cross shot. We will take off Vitor. I'm hoping he's not too injury hurt. I don't want to keep on playing him. Hopefully it's not too long. I mean, if it's longer than anything than a week, we're fucked anyway. Up more than once. Pulisic back to Gio Reyna into Diallo. Diallo power shot blocked by defender, and we will go into halftime up 2-0 on the day, up 4-3 on aggregate. Absolutely dominating Tottenham in this second leg here. Pulisic, Reyna, Palacios. Can he slide that into Diallo? And here comes Diallo. This would be the dagger with less than 20 minutes left to go. He just ran over it. Gio Reyna saved. Diario just ran way. He was too quick for the ball. Looking to get shut down by Pulisic. Actually slapped him down onto the ground. And that's a good ball into Matheus Nunes. And Matheus Nunes will level things up here for Tottenham. 80-ish minutes of dominance. Cut back down to level squared with a goal by Matheus Nunes. And that will be Palacios' last involvement in the game as well. He'll come off for Gutierrez. Gutierrez. Giovanni Reina fake shot into Nkea. Nkea finds it back and Atalanta are through to the final of the Europa League. 3-1 on the day, 5-4 in aggregate. He did it last episode. He'll do it again this episode. He'll knock off his old fierce rivals in Tottenham. And Eddie Nkea sends Atalanta to the Europa League final. Hopefully. There's still time in the game for Tottenham to somehow pull it back. But they bottle it once again. And Eddie Nkea, first time finish, blasted into the back of the net. Vicario's not saving that one. And the manager is just standing still. He don't know what's going on. Now we just defend. That's all we do. Defend for the last 5 minutes of this game. And here comes Correa. But Borjano should block that off. He will. Carneshi, hold on to it until they press you ultimately, then clear it. And that should be game over. That is game over. Atalanta win 3-1 on the day. Atalanta win 5-4 on aggregate. And we are into the final of the Europa League. There is still hope to end this season on somewhat of a successful note. Up next is the Coppa Italia final against AC Milan. And even better news, Victor Roku is only out for 5 days, so he's going to be ready to go for that AC Milan game against them in the Coppa Italia final. So he'll be perfectly fine for that. The Coppa Italia final is here at the Stadion Olympic. It's Cambiaghi getting the nod over Pulisic, who was a little bit too tired. And then it's Tato getting the start instead of Borjano, because he is also a little bit too tired to start this game. We might see an appearance from them later. Obviously, Pulisic, this is against his former club, so maybe a little bit of revenge possibility. I guess revenge, I don't know, just dominance out of them from his former club for not playing him instead of playing Rafael Leao. Obviously in the game it makes sense for that to happen. But yeah, here we go. Victor Roku back from injury. He obviously only a 5-day injury, so he didn't miss too much. This is a week later now from that Tottenham game. So we're going to jump into it. It's the final of the Coppa Italia. It's our final chance to win some silverware out of Italy itself. Obviously, could win the Europa League within the Italy team, but this is our last chance to win something out of the Italy nation itself. We obviously failed to win Serie A. Let's hopefully not fail to win the Coppa Italia. Diallo, that's a great touch around Theo Hernandez. You can barely see it with the white screen on your thing now. But Diallo, Victor Roku into Reina, touch, shot, goal. We go end to end here to kick things off. But it's Atalanta who has the lead 6 minutes in. Come on. Cambiaghi, Reina, Palacios. Alvarez is making that run down the left-hand side, so we just find him. And Alvarez now, can you find Diallo? Diallo, no, can't connect cleanly. Cambiaghi heads it down to Palacios, who started this whole attack. It'll fall for Gio. Now Palacios into Roku. Roku, can you slot that? No, Roku will get it back, though. Saved by Manan and out for a corner. Oh, and I hit X too many times and too quickly. It still fall for Cambiaghi. Now into Giovanni Reina, who scored the first goal. Nearly scoring the second. Saved by Manan again. Pobega! He gets into the back of the net. He chips the keeper. And AC Milan level things up here in the 28th minute. It's 1-1. And Rafael Leao to take the lead. Carneshi saved, and Almada can't really clear it properly. Alvarez heads it down into the box, though, or into the middle of the field. Oh, and Isak goes ahead and slots into the back of the net, and AC Milan have the lead. It's 2-1. I didn't think they would actually score. That's why I wasn't really calming over it. But they did score, and they're up 2-1 now. And we find ourselves behind once again. Hato, Almada, Palacios, Guendouzi, into Reina. Reina into Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah now. Eddie Nketiah into Palacios. Palacios! 2-2! Yeah. Ugochukwu. Out wide now for Lee King in, and Alvarez clears it into Kambiagi, and Kambiagi, can we win it with possibly the last attack of the game? It's Kambiagi, it's still Kambiagi, into the path of Diallo, cleared, it should fall for Palacios, headed down to Kambiagi, back to Palacios, over the top for Diallo, header, off target, and we're going to extra time. We are going to extra time of the Coppa Italia final. And we bring on Gutierrez for Arena. Guendouzi pushes up into that cam roll. And Mr. Pulisic is also on for Kambiagi. And then also Flores is on for Teresano. Diallo now. Diallo down the right-hand side. Diallo still going. It's still Diallo. It's still Diallo. Across the face. And Eddie Nketiah gets it. Eddie Nketiah scores. Atalanta lead is 3-2. Hato. Palacios, Nketiah, what did I just say? Nketiah, down to Diallo. Diallo kind of side. We can score a fourth here and send this game over, but we won't because we messed up that terrible. Lee King in, into Ferguson, shut him down. Just the last attack of the game for AC Milan. Into the box now. Lee King in, Pobega. Just don't let them go out the box, or don't let them go into the box. Pobega, saved by Almada. He blocked it. He'll clear it. Game over. And Atalanta win Coppa Italia. We will walk out of Italy with at least something here as a manager in Italy. Atalanta knock off AC Milan. Palacios scored the equalizer in the 77th. And Nketiah scored the winner in the 98th. Scored the winner to send us to the Europa League Final. He scored the winner to let us lift the trophy now. Eddie Nketiah, the unsung hero of this team. And it will be, that's not Palacios, is it? Is it Palacios? It is Palacios. He will lift the trophy. Trophy 1 out of a possible 2 that we can walk out of Italy with. Obviously can't win Serie A. I've said that so many times. We at least lift Coppa Italia. Only the Europa League Final left to go. That's our final chance of winning that as well. Realistically. We lift the Coppa Italia. We must move on now to the Europa League. And put our full focus onto that. A completely rotated team to make sure no injuries are possible. And in fact, I'm going to go all the way down to the bench and put all the Deadwood players in here that have absolutely no chance of playing. I don't know how many of them we actually have left. We actually only have not that many left. Anybody else there, if they do get injured, honestly, I'm fine with. If they do get injured and come on the field and get injured, then it is what it is at the end of the day. We are going to go ahead and tactical review the final game of the season, which I expect to actually lose, in which we lose 3-2. It is what it is. It's obviously fine. Don't care about that. We couldn't win we couldn't win Serie A anyway. It's now time to shift our focus over to Rangers. We took down one Scottish club. It's now time to take down the other big one in Rangers. This is their starting 11. They have Montero, Sterling, Quarta, Llorente, Mitchell, Godson, Rashkin, Forson, Cantwell, Sati, and Danilo as their starters. On the bench, they have Haji, Cifuentes, Butland, Davies. They have me on the bench as well, Lamers, and then Tavernier as well. I'm surprised Tavernier isn't starting. They've won their final 5 games of the season. We must shut them down. They're on great forms. It's at the Velodrome, which is in... That sounds German. I can't lie. Is that an actual stadium? Is that an actual stadium? No, it's actually it's a Marseille stadium in France. So we are going over to France to win the Europa League final. Let's get to it. Final game of the season here with Atalanta. Borzano out wide now for Diallo. Diallo should have the pace on Llorente. He does. Diallo now. Diallo. Roku! 1-0 for Atalanta. We take the lead 20 minutes in here against Rangers. And it's Roku to open up the scoring here. Roku now. Vitor Roku. Vitor Roku! Roku save, not saved at all. Doubles the lead. It's 2-0 into the final. And we go halftime up 2-0. Diallo, the defenders try to step up. He's going to try and catch. He tried to catch Victor Roku offside. Didn't work out. Diallo found an opening. Did get saved. I wonder how many goals Roku has this season. I feel like every time I play with him, at least, he's at least scoring a goal. They need to score now to have a chance. They won't. It's gonna be Atalanta to win the Europa League. We won't walk out of Italy as a complete failure. Somehow, some way, we got past on him. Somehow, some way. I mean, we had the keeper is up, and the keeper will technically half win a ball. Pulisic will look to clear it. Now Roku into the path of Diallo. Diallo will shoot it awfully off target. Trying to put the cherry on top, but that doesn't matter because Atalanta are your Europa League winners. We finally get it done. We failed with Liverpool in the first season. It's been haunting us ever since, and we can finally tick it off. However, for the first time in the Glory Hunter series this year, we failed to win a trophy that we were going after. We failed to win the Serie A, which is completely fine. We won't come back here because it'd just be boring, honestly. But we do win the Europa League, which is happily. And Atalanta are your Europa League winners. We finally get it done. Come on. And after that, let's go ahead and check out the final standings of all things. I'm actually going to go ahead and quick sim a couple of days here. So that way all the finals can be played. That way we can get a full description here of the full-on season with all the tournaments done. In Italy, we'll start off here in which Inter won the league. We obviously went ahead and won the Coppa Italia, so we picked up a trophy there. The Champions League winner, it goes to Barcelona. Keep that in mind. Barcelona beat our former club Leverkusen penalties. Leverkusen failed to win the Champions League back-to-back seasons. One with me and one by themselves as a computer. That's interesting. Keep that in mind. The Europa League obviously goes to us. The Conference League goes to Inter, so they win the Conference League there. That's the other competition there. Let's go and check out the Squad Hub. The Squad Hub, the top goal scorer, Victor Roku, had 34 goals. Absolutely insane. Diallo had 14. Giorena had 11 with 12 assists. Pulisic had 8. Great out of the boys there. Let's go and check out. Obviously, we have one league left to go. Well, that's obviously the Spanish league. So let's go check out what they've done. Let's go and check out they've done. Real Madrid go ahead and win the league with 81 points. Atletico Madrid coming in second. Real Sociedad coming in third. Sevilla coming in fourth. Barcelona finished in fifth, which would mean no Champions League spot. However, they won the Champions League, so they will be in the Champions League next season nonetheless, which means that's our team for next season. It was always the goal. Once we came to Italy, I knew I was going to Spain. I already did Real Madrid at the beginning of the year as its own separate series. So it's Barcelona is up next as a Glory Hunter save now for a season. So we will go to Barcelona next season. Maybe. We'll make sure they are in the Champions next season. If they aren't in the Champions League next season, then we'll go over to Atletico Madrid and try and win it with the other Madrid there. But next season, we will go ahead and let's go and look at the Glory Hunter trophy cabinet. As you can see there, the Europa League is on there. The Coppa Italia is on there. And you can see a big old red X next to Serie A because we failed to win the Serie A. So we will be going over to Spain to try and win La Liga and the Copa del Rey with that Barcelona team. Also, at the end of that season, we will also try and win Champions League as well. At the end of that season, we will be trying to win the Euros one last time as well. We failed on the first time. We get one more opportunity at the end of next season. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and come back next episode. Until then, peace out. Leave a like, subscribe, peace out.